All right, we're all set. I want to welcome you guys. This is the EVP Madness Show. You guys can jump in if you want to. All right, the link should be in the chat room right now. All right, so I want to welcome you all to the live stream. We'll get this going here. Get my recorder out and going. Oh, looks like we have Green Man here.
I think.
Green Man.
Oh, he is.
What's happening?
What's going on, man? Yeah.
All right, I might have
here in my garage.
Cool. I might have to put my headset on. I don't know. We'll have to see here in a minute. All right, let me crank this up.
Come on, Norm. We know you're out there.
Yeah, come on in, Norm. Did you guys, thank you for the music, Green Man.
Oh, dude, anytime.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What am I trying to type to Norm? Norm, click the link in the chat. Then you're trying to fucking type to him on Discord, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Here, I'll try to send him another one. All right. There's the link.
Damn, look at that shine off my head.
That's why I have the HAT system.
Yeah, no lie. What have I got? A work hat that I keep in the shop there. I won't blind anybody anymore. There.
Right. Okay, I don't know. We might have it set up for 3 people. I don't know. We got to see if anybody else shows up here. This is cool. You guys joining in.
Yeah, this is cool. This is neat. These are the things they could do. I never believed this shit when I was a kid.
Right.
You know.
Well, last night I was just going to bed, and I was walking through the kitchen, and all of a sudden I heard like 3 or 4 bangs down here, some stuff moving around and all sorts of stuff. I'm like, what the heck is that? You know. But it was too late to start this now, so I'm like, well, I'll just do it tonight and see what happens.
Yeah. Always when you're not looking, man, that's when they want to screw around.
Right.
For the most part.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we could start. I'll start the recorder here. I just wanted this to be like an open thing, you know, no interviews, no nothing, just chill out and hang. See what goes on. All right. So this one here, it does have the, I don't know if you can see it. It has the bar on it where you can see.
Oh, okay, the wave bar. Nice.
Yeah. So when you talk, it does the waves.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So, all right, we'll give that a shot and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to set the recorder now. I can just let this thing play through whenever. So, all right, we're live on the voice recorder. Green Man, do you have any questions?
Let me come up with a couple.
Okay.
Warm it up.
All right. Andre Ortiz says, explain what we are doing again. Okay, well, fair enough. This is just a live EVP kind of party deal going on here. I have a ghost in my basement, and we're trying to call it out, see if we can get a name or hear any thing move around or anything like that. It's just nuts. He's in bed, he says. That's all right, man. You don't have to get up for this. We're just kind of messing around. So, yeah, all right. Well, anyway, all right. So, Ghost, are you in this room right now? I've heard a bunch of banging around last night. Was that you? I have some boxes in the room here. Can you move those around? Don't hear anything. What is your name? I know you told me you hear me. I could hear you too. What are you trying to say?
What was that?
I don't know. I have a piece of plastic right behind this computer, and it made a noise.
Cause it almost like a whisper for a second. Yeah, it was like that.
Wow.
Like a whisper.
Andre wants to ask about the Cowboys. What do you think about the Cowboys? Yeah, I don't know. Can you move something in this room? All right, I'm going to stop this thing. I'm going to play it back where you said you heard something.
Yeah, it was like a couple squeaks. Let me shut my garage door real quick too.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Yeah, it almost sounded like I have a piece of plastic right behind this. It almost sounded like a.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like it did it again, right? Like as you were talking too.
Oh no, I have a piece of plastic right behind this computer, and it made a noise. Almost like a whisper first. Yeah, it was like that.
See,
Oh.
I had heard it
Whisper.
a second time right when I said right before I said yeah it was.
Andre wants to ask about the
but
Cowboys.
I didn't hear the second time on the recording.
Huh. That's crazy. All right, we'll try it again. All right. All right, we have Green Man on live. you want to say hi to Green Man? He was playing that music earlier.
I want to say hi to you. Why are you still here?
Andre says hi. Andre says he hears you too. Can you say it again louder? I don't hear anything. The Norm, he's wondering if you are male or female. I think the noise you're hearing, Andre, is Green Man back there. That wee! I think that's his chair.
My chair. I had a couple squeaks in there.
Okay, let's stop and see what's going on. All right, so to the middle. Andre says he hears you too. Can you say it again louder?
I think that might have been my
I don't
chair.
hear anything. What's that?
I think that last one was my chair.
The Norm, he's wondering if you are. I heard something like right in here. The Norm, he's wondering if you are male or female. It's like a burp or something like that. I don't hear anything.
I think that might have been my chair.
That.
Yeah.
The Norm, he's wondering if you are male or female. That was your chair.
Yeah.
Some kind of moaning or something. I think the noise you're hearing, Andre, is Green Man. What's that?
Heard like it was like kind of like just for like a split second, like a
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm kind of interested, but not really.
Yeah.
I think the noise you're hearing, Andre, is Green Man back there. That wee! I think that's his chair. That's my chair. I had a couple squeaks in there. Okay, let's stop and. All right. This is crazy stuff, though. I don't. Andre says, "Damn your chair, Green Man."
Sorry. Try to sit in a position where I don't squeak.
All right. All right, we're going again with the recorder. Let's see here. So what's your deal, Ghost? Can you tell us about yourself? Do you like Kermit the Frog? Is Dre still in chat? Hey, what's going on here, guys? This is Kermit the Frog. Hello? You guys want to party with Kermit?
If it answers with a Fozzie impersonation, we're in trouble.
Oh, that'd be great. Huh. That's pretty quiet, Ghost. I don't know. What are you looking for, Ghost? Let's try that one. All right. All right, we're going again with the recorder. Let's see here. So what's your deal, Ghost? Can you tell us about yourself? Do you like Kermit the Frog? Is Dre still in chat? Hey, what's going on here, guys? This is Kermit the Frog. Hello? You guys want to party with Kermit? There's something coming up on this bar. If it answers with a Fozzie impersonation, we're in trouble. Oh, that'd be great. Huh. That's pretty quiet, Ghost. I don't know. What are you looking for, Ghost? Is there to bang upstairs?
Mess with you. You're downstairs, I'm upstairs. You're
Right.
upstairs, I'm downstairs.
Yeah. Exactly. What happened to Manny? I thought he was coming in here. Let's see. All right, we're gonna record again. Okay, I gotta work. Okay, Andre wants me to ask you if the Ghost wants me here. The Norm wants you to say something so he can hear you. Can you say hi to the Norm? All right, that's a good idea, Andre. Andre says to put a flashlight behind me and ask it to turn it on. So what I can do is I do have a flashlight. Oh boy, it's pretty bright. Is it like super bright? That one's got one of those push buttons. You know, you push it on to turn it on, and whatever.
Well, we'll definitely see if that thing goes out.
Right. All right, Ghost. Can you mess with that light at all? Can you turn it or try to turn it off? Can you turn the light off? Or push it off the chair? I'm not even looking at you. You can just do it right behind my back. The Norm wants you to play Pac-Man. Can you play Pac-Man? That would crap if the power switch turned on and these machines turned on behind me. It's all set up on one switch where you toggle the switch over and they all turn on at once.
Yeah, that did me.
Yeah, I think I'd jump out of my seat. Andre says if it turns off, I'm leaving chat. All right, Ghost, can you spin that light around, like push the end of it? You know what I need is Manny's spirit box. That'd be cool.
Yeah, get that thing chattering.
Yeah. I just thought there was a setting on it or something where you could just cancel out all the radio signals and just have it the white noise, flipping through the channels.
Yeah.
Andre said if a game turns on, he's running. I hear you. I hear you. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's just nuts. Because like when I'm doing everyday stuff down here or whatever, it'll either be loud or not. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's just when it wants to be known, it does.
I'm watching that light like a hawk.
Yeah. It's a good spot. It's on those chairs are kind of plastic on the top, so they're kind of slippery.
Yeah, the foam kind of old school bar stool type.
Yeah, so if that thing moves, it doesn't take much to move it, but it won't move on its own. The Norm wants to know, how old are you? Yeah, that's true. We do respect the spirits around here, but this one's been hanging around my life ever since at least '93. And for some reason, I don't know, it just hangs around. I'll be driving down the road, working, driving my 18-wheeler, and the damn thing, I'll turn on different radio stations. As soon as I turn on Metallica, man, or something like that, my hair, I'm not kidding, my hairs on my arm stand straight up. I can feel it in my neck. I'll start singing or whatever, and that's when it hits. Now, even when I'm talking about it, I can feel it kind of start right now. I wonder if we could try to play one of Green Man's songs here in the background and see if anything happens with that light. Maybe that'll charge it up.
Maybe it seems fond of music, so
All right.
bigger.
Let's try a little. Where do I see that now? There it is. Let's try a little of this one. Right, yeah. It's not too loud for you guys, is it?
No.
All right, Ghost, can you move the light?
Come on, you can do it. Just a little push. Don't be lazy.
All right, Ghost, can you move that light, spin it around? Yeah, that's OBF. I hear you because I just moved in here not too long ago, and I think it was, what was it, last year I moved in here, and ever since I moved in here, like stuff has been happening more, and that since we've been redoing the house, painting it and stuff like that, it's just been more and more active. So I understand where you're coming from. If you see dark shadows, what's that? Who's in the house just moved in? Oh, I gotta move this out. was built in '64, and a guy was killed in the house, which I did not know. But I see dark shadows sometimes if I looked into the sun. Yeah, I don't know. The uh, the dark shadows. Sometimes I'll see that too. Like if I'm just playing the PS4 or whatever online or whatever, just sitting there, focused on the screen playing. In the corner of my eye, I'll see something like a shadow kind of zip by, or something on the floor just kind of, you know, uh, breeze past me. I don't honestly know what to do with that stuff. I really don't. It's just there, and it's almost like you have to deal with it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I see shit out of the corner of my eye all the fucking time. It's like I'll
All
see
right, Norm,
shadows.
I am in my basement here in Cottage Grove, Minnesota. That's where I'm at.
You know, I see like low shadows a lot. So I don't know if it's just my pups kind of keeping an eye on me, or
Yeah.
you know.
All right, Ghost. I'm gonna crank it up. Let's move that light. You rocking out, Ghost? Did that thing move at all?
I don't know. It's kind of because I'm looking and you see you have the kind of like the light rays that are coming off the center. Those kind of fluctuate, but it seemed like I don't know, like the centerpiece, like maybe it kind of rotated like this or something, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Check
Really?
it. Yeah, I don't know. It might have just been the light messing around, but it looked like the center section got kind of like a little bit brighter.
Okay. All right. Let's try. OBF says it's like if the energy is dark matter, since we don't know enough about that field study. Yeah, I mean, that's totally true. That's just like, my UFO stories. I couldn't honestly tell you what the hell I've seen. I mean, I can tell you what I've seen, but I couldn't explain what it was. I don't know. It's just some crazy stuff. And like ghosts, I mean, it's how I take it is as they're there, and there's really nothing you can do about it. I do have a really odd, I have an odd story about. I don't know if it was a ghost or an angel or something, but what's really awkward is I don't know if I told you guys this or Green Man or whatever, but there's one time in my life I was kind of down and out. I just got a divorce, and I was pissed off at my job, and I was thinking about just hanging it all up, and I got into alcohol pretty good and stuff like that. One day, all of a sudden, I think I was filling up my car at the gas station. And this guy walks up to me. He says, "Hey, Doug, we need to get together. We need to talk." And I'm like, "Who are you? I've never seen this guy ever in my life." This guy, he was wearing a suit. Oh, yeah, I did write it down in the thing in the Discord. The guy was wearing a suit. He looked like a MIB agent, like wearing a black suit with a white shirt, black tie. He looked like an old friend of mine, but it wasn't him. I mean, he looked different, but he looked similar to the guy. And I said, "Well, I tell you what, man, I'm going out to this nightclub Friday night." I said, "Meet me there." He says, "Okay, we'll meet you there." He goes and takes off. The Friday night came around. I was at the bar and sitting there in the booth by myself. I'm sitting there looking around, checking out the people or whatever. All of a sudden, the guy sits down at my table. He says, "Hey, Doug, yeah, good to see you. We need to talk again." I said, "Again? I've never talked to you in my life." And he says, "Well, I have something for you." And he had this briefcase, like just a black briefcase, and he puts on the table. And he's got just a ton of papers in there. It had to be like probably a ream of paper. And he's sitting there digging through the paper, digging through the paper. And a minute went by, and I said, "What are you looking for?" And he says, "Well, I'm just looking for something. I can't find it. And then he goes back in his briefcase again. He's digging and digging and digging. And I said, how do you know me again? And he says, well, the thing I know about you is I know you're going through a rough time right now. What we have to do is just sit back and just let everything play out. He says, everything will be okay. And I said, what are you talking about? I've never met you before. So he continues to go in his briefcase again, digs around, digs around. I'm like, who is this guy? The waitress comes by and she says, do you want anything? And she just looked at me. And I said, yeah, I'll take a beer. And I looked at him. I said, do you want anything? He says, no, I don't drink. I said, okay, so just the one beer. She left to get the drinks or whatever. And then he says, well, what I can tell you is that things are going to get better. You're going to get remarried again and have a kid. And I looked at him straight in the face and I said, you got to be kidding me. I just went through a nasty divorce. There's no way in hell I'm going to get married again. He says, well, things will be different. He says, it'll be tough, but it'll be different. And I'm like, I don't know who the hell this guy is. The lady came back with the drink and I paid the girl, I turned to my side, I paid the girl, and I said, I got real close to the girl. I said, do you see him? Because I thought I was going out of my mind. And she said, yeah, I saw him, but he's gone. And I'm like, what do you mean he's gone? I turn around and the guy was gone. We were far away from the door. We had to be at least, I don't know, 60, 70 feet from the door. So if he got up, you'd see him get up and walk out the door. But just for me turning like this and talking to her like that, going back, gone. That had to be one of my craziest things. I don't know if he was an angel or what. I have no idea. That's a crazy freaking story, though. Everybody I tell, they're like, "Oh God, you're nuts, man." And I'm like, "No, that actually happened."
Oh, dude, I definitely we call them guardian angels or whatever. I definitely think we each have at least one entity that's kind of hovering around, watching.
Right.
If something goes really seriously south, and you're in an accident, and you're kind of freaking out or something there to just say, hey, don't worry about it. Everything will be cool, or hey, don't worry about it. It's better on the other side. Time to go. One way or another, we got somebody there watching our back, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you. It's the craziest thing. So yeah, I hear you. OBF says it's sometimes people who die and have one last stop. They usually stop to make a big change in somebody's life before. For me, it was my uncle that appeared to me in the dark, sitting on my sofa one night. Yeah, I believe that. I honestly believe that if if somebody to become an angel, I believe they do have to help one person to become an angel. And I believe the guy that I met that day, I think that's what he was doing. He was trying to cross over and he was trying to help me out. And he was actually giving me more information than he wanted to. But since since he took so long trying to find whatever paper he was looking for, I think he realized that he might have been taking too long of searching what he's doing. Norm's trying to jump on here.
Come on, Norm, you can do it.
I'm here.
How you doing, Norm? Yes, sir.
Doing just fine.
I see a light.
I'm in the backyard.
Norm's running stealth this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. He's being sneaky. So, yeah.
Nope. Lazy.
Hey, looking for UFOs tonight?
Yeah, a little bit. I got the Big Dipper right above me. The moon just set to the left of me or west. Nothing out of the unusual yet, but it's bound to happen out here.
Okay.
The only thing that really does happen when I'm looking into the black sky, there will be almost like a floodlight that turns on in outer space and then turns off. And then it'll almost like a faint, real dim light. I can kind of see it drift across the sky and then it turns on again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of rare, but it happens quite often. I actually took a freaking picture of it when it just happened to turn on. And I hit my phone at the right time, somewhere on my Facebook page. But that happens quite frequently out here. And then the Elon Musk thing, I saw that one. A couple of satellites that aren't supposed to be, or that you can't find on the satellite map. You know,
Right.
the apps. They have satellite apps. Well, I look on those, and some of these things that are going from, I guess, north to south, they're not even registered. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm curious about this light now. I don't know if you've heard my story about the light I've seen in the cloud, but
Oh no, I haven't heard that one.
no. Okay. So, all right. So when I was driving, I was coming back from Wisconsin. It's a highway called I-90, and it's from the Wisconsin border up to Minnesota.
Hmm.
And between there and what is that road? 53. So right in the middle of the Wisconsin border, and it's either I think 52 or 53, something like that. Maybe it's a Highway 52. I come up over this hill, and here's this just a regular. It looked like a remnant of a storm cloud. It was kind of low in the sky, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool looking cloud because it was just sitting there by itself, you know. So I go down the hill, and I was driving my truck and all that stuff, and I come up the hill again, and all of a sudden it looked like a spotlight, like a police spotlight was sitting in the like sitting inside the cloud. The light just turned on real slow, just kind of a whoop, like this, and then
Oh
stayed
wow.
on. And it was actually looking down to the my left. It's right. Okay. And
Yeah.
it stayed on, and it was still. It was completely still. I go down the hill again, come back up the hill, and it was kind of a steep hill, so that my headlights of my truck were pointed right at the cloud. And as
Yeah.
soon as my lights like got up to the highest point, this light went from sitting there, you know, facing this way, and all of a sudden went, whoop, and as soon as it stopped, like it just turned like that, and then all of a sudden, as soon as it stopped, it went like it shook, and then it did this boom like that, and it was
Yeah.
gone. Like right now, like it got startled. It saw me, and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" You know, it startled me.
Did
I mean,
did you see it leave the cloud actually?
I saw it actually turn. It after it shook like it was startled. It
Hmm.
was shutting off, so it was kind of powering down, and then I saw it make this U shape. I can't even. This camera's so small. It made
Yeah.
this U thing as it was turning. It just went, you know, and it
That,
was. And as
that
soon as
could
it turned like this, the light was off, and it seemed like it went through the clouds the opposite way, or the same way I was going.
Yeah, at first I was thinking ball lightning, but no way. Not if it did that. Those
Right,
are things that I've never heard ball lightning do. I've never seen ball lightning, so
I got
right.
to see it once.
you
Okay.
have. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I used to live up at the mountains up here in San Diego, a place called Ramona. It's country, bunch of horses and shit. And one time we got a monster fucking thunder and lightning storm. It wasn't even raining, man. It was just all electrical, and you could smell it in the air. I mean, it was, dude. When it was hitting, it would hit like it wouldn't hit regular lightning. It would hit like purple, pinkish shots. And I'm standing in my garage, just kind of watching it, out over the valley. And dude, yeah, it's like I just see one all of a sudden, one ball just real quick, and I'm like, oh shit, like dude, that was sick. You know, but yeah, it was going, and then I got the fuck away from the windows because it was going pretty hellacious.
The Norm. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Whatever. I've seen a bunch of lights in the clouds and this and that and stuff. Whatever this was, it seemed intelligent because I've seen where, they have the ice phenomenon and whatever, the ice and the
ice rings.
Yeah, where the lights are doing goofy stuff. It actually just turned on, turned to me, and as soon as it was facing my direction, it shook like it went, oh, and then just whoop, it got right out of Dodge. It just left, dude, like right now.
Yeah, it sounded like it was reacting to your truck lights.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, that's why I have that dash cam now. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to have the dash cam in my truck, and hopefully I can capture this crazy nonsense that I've seen.
That's cool. One thing I'd love to get my hands on is some infrared cameras.
Right.
I had a buddy, not a buddy, but I followed a guy. He was in Kingman, Arizona, and all the time he would film these amazing nighttime events.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, triangles. They were zigzagging lights, and this is all in the upper to outer atmosphere, and he just constantly put that stuff up there, and there's another guy, he was filming a bunch of strange globs, so to speak, they would just materialize, and they were shiny, some were colorful. They almost looked like if you took like a giant bubble blower circle and you did that, and the bubble comes out like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were way up in the sky. Now, those weren't in outer space or anything. They were mostly daytime sightings, but I thought if I can get my hands on some infrared stuff, I got the perfect setup in the backyard for that, man. You guys see Area 51 forever.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I think Gutter actually has a video or something like that. It sounds something a lot like what Gutter Gawker captured on camera. And I know they're out there.
Yeah.
The camera I got is it's a night vision. It's a night vision. What the hell do you call it? I forget. I think it's an infrared camera with the night vision on it.
The one you're going to put on your truck?
Yeah. So it's pretty high tech.
Has it got a microphone?
Yeah, it's got a microphone. It's dual facing, so you can see me as I'm driving and out the dash at the same time.
Okay.
So if I see something, then if I see something, he'll see my reaction of, so what do you see? On the other side, I'll be like, oh, what?
Right on.
The
genuine moment.
You're right, yeah, because every time I see something, I flip out. I'm like, what? So it'll be very distinct if something happens.
I've been looking really, really tightly at the gaming behind you. I mean, now that I'm in this mode right here, a lot of the screens have changed, but I haven't noticed anything really change. There were a couple of clicks and pops and things that every time we asked the questions, there was like a little click or a pop or something. I kept hearing that.
Okay. That might be my chair. I don't know. I'm sitting on one of those metal chairs.
Oh, okay. Or maybe a mouse. Were you clicking a mouse?
No, I wasn't clicking. That's the thing too. Greenman and I were doing this. What was it? Last week or something like that.
Yeah.
And it sounded. We actually got it on the video here. If you watch it, it actually sounds like somebody's pushing a keyboard down, like click, 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 click.
Yeah,
click,
that's what it reminded me of.
That's
keyboard.
I've kept hearing that too.
Yeah. So I don't know what that is. It's not me. I mean, my mouse is way up here. I actually have my laptop on a pub table. Yeah. So if I stand up, I mean, I'm super tall compared to that. But yeah, so I don't have a keyboard in front of me. It's like up. It's just below me right here. You can see how short I'm sitting. So I actually have to reach up here. You'd see me if I was typing on it. So
Yeah. Keep on hearing. Yeah, it sounds like you're just hitting the key.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
if you're recording it on your
how many
phone, it's not
how
motor.
many interactions have you actually had at your
with the
house?
ghost,
Yeah.
it's kind of hit or miss. It's like I know last weekend, well, yesterday there was a bunch of stuff being moved. I think it was Thursday night, Friday night, no, Saturday morning. I was
Oh, you had a morning. Okay, so it's
yes,
different times.
yeah. So that was at right at 30. Is it what the hell? Um, yeah, I want to say that was right at 4:03 or something like that, where it sounded
Wow.
like one of my plastic totes down here was being dragged across the cement floor.
Huh.
And then I was so tired. I'm like, nope, I don't have time for it. So I went to bed. But last night I heard something banging around down here when I was right up the steps. On top of the steps, I heard three thumps, like somebody was trying to go through whatever's in the shelves over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty nuts, man. It's
Now,
constant.
when you say your
It's,
basement, you mean underground?
yeah, it's underground.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, because I just moved into this townhouse not too long ago. And we've been, painting the walls and, doing stuff to it. And that seems like the perfect time when ghosts like to come out and play when you're changing it around. If they don't like it, they'll let you know about it.
Just like Beetlejuice, yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Uh, so
Yeah,
Andre has asked,
uh,
sorry, go ahead.
on my own, I can't say I've ever actually seen any kind of a spirit or a ghost. I do have one picture one time that I was looking at. It was during a pretty hard time. My uncle, he had gotten held up at his jewelry store, and he was actually in a gunfight, and he was shot several times.
Oh,
And so we had all gone out to see him and to see if he was going to be okay. And then after the hospital visit, we stayed at his house, and he had a big house. It was 2 stories, and the upper stories had bedrooms, but it also had like this den that had a railing and some carpet, and you could look down and you could see the entrance of the house, at the lower story. And that's where I slept that night. And they rolled out a bed for me and everything. And for the first time in a long, long time, I actually got on my knees and I was praying for my uncle. And I looked up and he had this picture, the original the go-to picture for Jesus Christ with the
Mhm.
the white guy with the long hair and the beard and the blue eyes, so to speak. He had one of those, and it was a painting. And I was looking at it, and it seemed like he moved his head from this area here and looked at me and then moved back. And I was done. I was like, that was about the creepiest thing that ever I saw. And that reminded me because Knott's Berry Farm, how they have that ghost ride.
Yeah.
It reminded me just of those pictures that you would drive by the haunted house at Knott's
Mhm.
Berry Farm or Disneyland, I think. I'm sorry, Disneyland. And it was like one of those pictures, it seemed like to me. And I wasn't doing anything. I was sober completely. And it was just one of those moments, man. And my uncle ended up living
yeah.
too. He's still alive too. He was shot twice in the head, man. Whew.
Wow.
Right.
And yeah, it was a pretty devastating moment, but that
Wow.
was the trippiest thing for me.
That's nuts, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I know what you mean about the picture, though. My grandfather used to have that picture in his bedroom, and after he
Oh yeah.
passed away, I'd stay, at my grandma's house once in a while, and then every time I woke up, the thing, I first thing when the eyes opened was that you'd see that picture, and I always thought that you'd see like the head turn or something like that. I was always waiting for that moment where you'd see that, but um, Luckily, I didn't because that would have creeped me out. You know, yeah, that would have been nuts.
Yeah, that keeps you up at night.
Right.
Yeah. I guess if it was a picture of something like Hitler or something, and they looked at me, I'd be kind of scared to not sleep up in that room. But it was Jesus Christ, thanks God.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nuts.
could have been that or a clown or some damn fucking thing like that.
Right. All right. Let me go back. All right. So, Norm, did you? Let me stop this.
Do a couple more questions.
Yeah. Let me make a new one here, and then.
Oh, are you recording? Were
Oh
you
yeah, I
ghost
was
recording?
I was recording the whole time, so I can make a new one for you. See if it says anything. We'll play it back. All right, and it is going. Go ahead, Norm, if
Okay.
you have any questions. Try to be real still.
Are you originally from Minnesota, or did you immigrate from somewhere else?
You hear that clicking again.
Yeah, and
There's that click again.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
it almost sounds like my mouse is moving.
I kind of heard like
Like a whistle?
like with the click. I heard kind of like a, and then the click, like a, I don't know, like a breath or.
Shit, maybe we should all check our email. Could a ghost send an email?
I've heard phone calls.
You want to play that back real quick?
Sure, man.
I've heard phone calls from the grave, man. They got.
I think that's called spam, Norm. That's let's see. Go sending emails. It's spam. And it is going. Go ahead, Norm, if you have any questions.
Oh.
Try to be real still. Oh, crap. No,
Are you originally from Minnesota, or did you immigrate from somewhere else?
You can definitely hear the clicks in there. Sorry, my air conditioner just turned on. I hear that clicking again.
Yeah, there's that click again.
It's like it almost sounds like my mouse is moving.
I kind of heard like a whistle, like with the click. I heard kind of like a click, like a breath or shit. Maybe we should all check our email. Could a ghost send an email? I've heard phone calls. Do you want to play that back real quick?
Sure, man. All right, we're set.
No dice on that one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, the one day I was down here, I was all alone, nobody's at the house, and all of a sudden, clear as day, I heard right next to my ear, "I hear you," like a deep ass voice, and I just stood there still, and I'm like,
Wow.
"I hear you too," and that's all that was said. But I didn't hear anything else after that. I just thought that was really really wild. All right, now the air
I
conditioner.
remember you saying that. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I left my smokes outside.
Sure. Yeah.
If you guys see anything move in my room, let me know.
Yeah.
Be right back.
I just thought it was funny because I jumped on Rich's live stream, you know, just for a little bit. And as soon as I got in his chat, maybe a second or two later, something moved in his room. He turns around, he says, "What's that?" So that was just after I logged in there.
He says something about from time to time. He says like he sees something or something moves around at his place or something too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been happening a couple times now. It's pretty messed up. Let's see here. I gotta go back. Ghost dog and ghost man. No. I don't see, that's the thing. I don't have woods over here. You know, back when I lived at my parents' house, they lived on 5 acres. And one time I was sitting there having a bonfire, and I was telling this to Manny, and was sitting there just sitting back in the chair. And all of a sudden, in the tree line was, I don't know, maybe 20 feet away from where the fire pit was. I was just sitting back in the chair, and all of a sudden I heard 2 footsteps just, you know, walking in the high grass back there. Then you'd hear, you know, and then you'd hear it kind of pacing back and forth, and then eventually you'd hear, like if somebody was, you know, walking next to the tree branches and things like that, like you'd hear the tree branch rub up against their arm. This actually happened for 3 hours. For them pacing back and forth and stuff like that. And eventually I said, hey, why you come over here? I gotta, you know, I have a pack of beer here. Just come in. Here's a chair. Sit down. And you'd hear pacing again. Then it would stop. I'd pace it a little bit more. I'd say, here's a beer. And I cracked open the beer. I put it on the chair. I said, have a seat. Come on down. And then it'd pace again. And finally, after 3.5 hours, I said, well, all right. And then I drank it. And then it was like it started rustling more, you know, pacing back and forth, and things like that. And I said, oh, that was good. And I threw the bottle in the fire or whatever. Then it stopped. And then I just let the fire die out, and I went in. But the thing is, for 3.5 to 3 hours and 45 minutes, it was pacing back and forth. Now I don't know who the hell would stand in the tree line, walk back and forth, and, you know, just stand there and watch somebody do that. I don't know.
How heavy of footprints did it sound? It sounded like
But it sounded like an adult. You know, they sounded heavy.
Heavy.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a kid walking through the trees or anything like that. It sounded like an adult, you know, an adult walking back there. It was crazy.
Maybe an adolescent shy Sasquatch.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know.
He's like, I want that beer, but I can't be seen. And then he's like, he's finally like, fuck!
Yeah. I probably would have tipped backwards on my chair if it had walked to me, you know. Who knows what it was. But I mean, that's the thing. It was on 5 acres, you know. The neighbors weren't close by any means, you know. So I don't know who the hell. I mean, this was at, you know, 2, 3 in the morning too. So who knows? And then
Harry and the Hendersons.
yeah.
That'd be creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, being out in the woods, you have a chance to see, you know, anything for that matter. Is just, man, I have a lot of respect for the woods.
Yeah.
It can be an intimidating place. I mean, even being a grown man walking out there, you never know who might be crazy with a gun or something like that, let alone a cougar or a bear.
Yeah.
There's always that deliverance element.
Right. Well, yeah. Andre says you checked the tree line next morning for tracks. Yeah, we checked it out, and there was physical prints there, but there was no mud or anything, so you couldn't really get a feel for what was walking around back there. But you could see where it was pacing back and forth, things like that. But there was nothing else disturbed after where it was mainly, walking around.
Just kind of like wore a little path, and that was
Right.
about it.
Yeah, it pushed down all the, the long
Oh,
grass and weeds or whatever, but there was nothing
maybe
getting out of there.
maybe it's in the trees, Mothman.
Yeah, you never know. I'll never know because my mom sold the house now, so I can't go back.
Mm.
Oh,
But I just think good luck to whoever bought that house, because something's there. I don't know what, but that's the same house where we saw that. Me and my buddy, we saw that light, in the sky turn on brighter than daylight, and the thing flashed several times. And
creepy.
yeah, we can't
That's
explain it.
outstanding. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Especially when you got a witness with you. Yeah.
right. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, that orb deal that we saw,
Yeah.
or that I saw, the 5 orbs. The driver behind me saw the same thing, and he was freaked out to high hell. He didn't know what the hell he saw. But yeah, I mean, stuff's out there, man. It's crazy. But I don't know what the hell. This ghost, it seems like every time like the last stream we did, I shut it down. I went upstairs, and then all of a sudden it started making noise. The whole time we're sitting here, we hear little things here and there, but nothing really. I want this. I want to see this flashlight actually fly off the damn chair, and
I'm
you
watching.
know, I haven't seen anything yet, honestly.
Which might want to get is one of those hunting cameras. The ones that
Yeah,
flap up to the tree that are motion activated.
yeah,
Put that down there and let it roll.
right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing
They've
that with
got
my
those
phone.
cameras catch creepy things. Those cameras can catch anything. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about doing that with my phone. Leave the voice recorder on and see if it captures anything when I'm upstairs.
Hmm.
It's just crazy, man. I don't know.
You see some aliens start playing your video game.
Yeah, that's
My
not.
Somebody's
God.
got a new high score.
I don't know if I
Burger
could
Time.
sell the place.
Oh, you could if you wanted out bad, or if you wanted out bad enough,
Yeah.
So here's the keys, and oh man, that's awesome. Well, I don't know, guys. I mean, we try it one more time.
Yeah, give it one
Yeah, I
more.
was thinking if you keep on hearing stuff, maybe even capturing some stuff, do some background on the area. Like look into some when you got the time, look into some when were the places built and what was there before it, and things of that nature.
Right, right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you don't mind a little bit of mess, get some flour or something. Do you have hardwood floors or are they carpet?
We have the hardwood upstairs, like on the main level, and then it's carpet down here, and then it's carpet up on the 3rd floor.
I was gonna say if it's hardwood or something down there, you can put a little flour, sprinkle it out on the ground, and see if you see
Right.
anything, walking around.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a good
Even
idea.
if it be an animal, it could, even that way you could rule out, a raccoon or a rabbit.
Right. Yeah.
Or ET.
Yeah. I'm really, honestly, I'm really excited to do this dash cam thing. I know it's probably going to be really boring for a long time, but there's going to be the one case where we'll see something. And that's the thing. I mean, I did that other route for a year, and I didn't see anything the whole year up until the very end of the year. And that's when I saw the 2 sightings, like bam, bam, one right after another.
Right.
And then it's gone cold again because they have a new route, and I don't see anything on this route. But I'm sure, when it happens again, I'll be prepared for it. So that'll be cool.
And there's always some form of there's always some kind of weirdness on the highways, man. UFO or human, there's something weird going on, dude. You'll get something.
Yeah.
Hey, let me try a question real quick.
Okay, here, let me get it going. All right, we are live. Go for it.
What year is it, Ghost? What year is it currently?
My chair.
I hear my keyboard like somebody's putting their fingers on it.
Well,
Try saying something else again.
that could be just audio interference too, with the combinations of all the audios.
All right, Ghost, do you want to say goodnight to Andre? He's leaving. He's
There you
heading
go.
out.
Go Cowboys.
thanks for stopping by, Andre. That's cool. You showed up.
Later, Dre.
Bye, Dre.
Tell the wife good night. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you another time.
Hey, that means you can do a pretty mean Miss Piggy too, you know.
No, I can't. I
Oh.
could never get that one down. Ghost, do you
I have
like?
a lot of voices. I have a lot of voices, but none of them are anybody else, but just original crap.
That's awesome.
Oh wait, I got the Beavis one. Yeah. But I can't do that one right now. Smoking too much.
Shut up, dillhole.
I used to be able to do Cartman really well, and dude, it was one show. My singer like called me out on fucking stage. He's like, "Come on, old man, yeah, dude, Jim does this awesome Cartman," and I'm like, and I have not been able to fucking do it since.
Yeah. I used to do a mean Sam Kinison. But he died, and I've no longer been able to do it.
Oh.
Dude, Sam was great.
Yeah.
He was insane. He died right down the street from me at the same exact time. Get this, we were at the river down in Needles, California, and he got in a car accident. And at the same exact day, the same exact time, there was a accident on the river too. We all witnessed it. This guy was trying to slow a jet skier down because all the kids, and the jet skier got mad at him and ran him over with the jet ski.
Oh man.
And, yeah. So we all ran to him, and we had a ventilator. And when I got past all the water and blood and stuff, he was laying on the thing, and we tried throwing this thing down his throat because his chest was encaved, and it was pretty bad. The guy was busted, and he got his 20 years, I guess. But it was so strange because when we were going home, I was traumatized by that, and then all of a sudden, this news about Sam Kinison right down the street from where we were, doing our thing hit, and it was just like one of those weird, timely moments, I guess. But yeah, real weird, real weird. Death is weird. Death is just weird.
Yeah.
That ghost knows that more than anything, more than any of us.
Right. Why it hangs around by me, I have no idea. I was telling Greenman the last stream, I said, I'm probably one of the most boring people he could possibly find. Why hang out with me?
Oh, man, fresh pickings.
Maybe an option between you and me, dude, and I'm even worse.
Yeah, Greenman, you've seen some stuff too, man. You've had some ghost stories happen. Jeez. Yeah. I don't know why they come around. I have no idea. They haven't come around me that much, so knock on wood.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just nuts.
But if we keep doing this, we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll see something.
Right. Well, I'm sure one of these times we'll capture something.
Yeah, law of averages.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody was laughing that I said the last stream. I asked the ghost if it was shy. And then I saw the chat room light up, LOL, LOL. Everybody's laughing that I asked it was shy. That was pretty good.
Sometimes they are, man. You know, just human traits that we carry over.
Right. Let me let's see here.
I think one of the things I consider is hopefully it's a good ghost versus, you know, the demonic kind that we've all heard, you know, the ones that can really mess you up, you know,
Right.
it really your life. You know, those guys, those things, whoo. I mean, they got priests doing those things for a reason. It ain't for no reason. I believe that. I don't know what the reason is, but it ain't for no reason.
Yeah. Well, here I got that voice. The questions you were given.
All right, we are live.
You want to? Here, I can replay that what you were asking, and Norm, see what they say or anything.
All right, we are live. Go for it. What year is it, Ghost? What year is it currently? Not sure.
I hear my keyboard like somebody's putting their fingers on it. Try saying something else again.
That could be just audio interference too, with the combinations of all the audios.
All right, Ghost, you want to say goodnight to Andre? He's leaving. He's heading out.
Go Cowboys.
Thanks for stopping by, Andre. That's cool you showed up.
Later, Dre. Bye, Dre.
Tell the wife good night. We'll talk to you another time.
Hey, that means you can do a pretty mean Miss Piggy too, you know.
No, I can't. I could never get that one down.
Looks like we got skunk
You have a
tonight.
lot of voices.
What's that?
Looks like we got skunk.
Yeah, we got skunks, guys. I wish.
This is cool though. I've never done this. I've never done this like chat room like this before. This is neat. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to do something, hang out, you know, whatever. I'm one of the guys that can't stand typing all the time. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just hang out? You know, why does everybody have to do an interview, shit like that? Just do this for fun. Have, you know, something happens, it happens. We can all witness it. But I just think it's something different to do.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Go back to the backyard and see if I can see some stars move.
Yeah. Keep that recorder on. You know, I'd love to be the first one to see something, man.
Yeah, I always have a phone near me, so.
Cool.
Alrighty, bros.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by, dude. We'll have to do this again.
Anytime. Oh yeah, totally. I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, cool. Yeah, sounds good, man. All right. That's awesome. What do you think, Green Man?
Dude, check the flashlight. See if it kind of like it's kind of rotated any.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Because I put it right in between this little foot here, but it doesn't look like it.
Oh well.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know.
I blew his wad last night, moving shit around, and now he's.
As soon as I shut this down and go upstairs, then it'll happen again. It's usually how it works. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if there's some kind of like, that's kind of what I was thinking about. Try and do something with like a Tesla, like a small Tesla coil setup, you know, and going, you know, because it would, you know, give like an easy outlet of, you know, electromagnetic force or electricity, and maybe they could feed off of or something.
Right.
I got little one I can try with. So
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I'm not. I don't know. There's like the last stream we did. I felt like energy shifting around, my body or whatever. It was just, I feel that when I'm in the truck, when I'm driving, with the music cranked up and I'm singing along with it or whatever, I feel the same thing. But usually, like the whole time I'm singing, it'll stay with me. And then if another song comes on and it's like a slower song or whatever, it'll just instantly stop. But if it's another song that's upbeat and whatever, it'll hang around. Like I'll feel the energy around me. It's the craziest thing. And then, our last stream, I forget what we were talking about, but that happened a little bit. Like it was kind of coming around, and then it just, went, and then just went away. So I don't know. I think we're onto something though. I think one of these times we might get something.
Yeah, because it sounds like it happens frequently enough. It's just it's just law of averages of
right,
looking when it wants to do something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. I don't feel anything now, so I don't know.
Yeah, taking the night off.
Taking the night off. I could play your song and then have it record it on the phone and see if it does anything, like see if we hear anything singing along or something.
I'd be surprised if it knows the words.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, I think I gotta get, it's 10, man. I gotta work tomorrow too, or at least be on call for work.
All right, well, fair enough.
So.
All right, well, yeah, well, thanks for stopping.
Thanks for having me over, man.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime, man. I like to hang out, so it's all good.
All right, bro. Well, I'll see you later, man.
All right, we'll see you, buddy.
Bye.
See ya. All right, I guess we're gonna wrap her up. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Adios.